Hey, Ev. No, not yet. Alright. Anyways, just like how that intro rejected me from talking, I thought we'd talk about some of the old concept arts and rejected Pokemon designs that I came across while researching the previous top 10. So welcome everyone to the top 10 rejected Pokemon concept arts and design stuff. I don't know what I'm calling this yet. Put the intro now. Yeah, now. Put the intro. Fine, I'll do it. Number 10. Pokemon has had some weird designs. From Jynx, to Mr. Mime, to Jynx again, to Starmon. Wait, that's a Digimon. But man, this Pokemon, which appears to be concept art for Hitmontop, takes the cake and adds a little kick to it. With its 6 feet, it looks like they thought Clefairy needed a foot fetish to really solidify its personality, but then scrapped it because it looked too much like a modded Beyblade. Let it kick. Kick instead of rip because it's got all those feet. Honestly, it's pretty interesting looking. I mean, a little different from most Pokemon, and above the ring of feet, it's actually pretty cute. I just don't know how this Pokemon would walk. Does it just spin everywhere, or does its feet retract? Even Hitmontop gets on its feet and moves. I guess we'll just never know about Clefairy, because its design is 6 feet under. Because it has 6 feet and it's dead. Number 9. This is one of those really simple designs that I wish made the cut. Kurisu was actually the water starter in the alpha demo of Gold and Silver. It's pretty cute, and is believed to be what inspired Spheal's design, which makes a lot of sense because it looks like a very plain Celio. I'd really love for this kind of Pokemon to reappear. It looks like a combination of a seal and maybe a dolphin, but it just looks so well made and is a perfect example of a simple Pokemon that you can do a lot with. Its body shape reminds me a lot of Samurott, and it feels like a really good canvas to create a new Pokemon on top of. Number 8. Let's jump back into the weird one, shall we? With an early version of Weedle, known as Kokana. Alright, nothing like some good old red and green beta sprites to really wake you up in the morning. Kokana's concept art looks like an oxygen-deprived cown. That's not a cown, that says clown. How did I read that as clown? Cown. I can't even say it purposely, alright. It even looks like Pee Wee Herman. Also oxygen-deprived. These guys need to get some air. Pokemon's handheld for a reason. You can walk outside with it. Anyways, this isn't even the worst. At least it kind of resembles what they were going for. However, let's move on to what it was supposed to turn into. Kusanagi, which sounds like unagi and makes me want to get some barbecue eel. Ooh, black dragon roll. Anyways, this is the Pokemon that was replaced by Kakuna. And for good reason. Because, man, I do not know what this is. Is this interpretive art? A Rorschach test? What's going on here? But let's go ahead and move just one up on the evolution line to what was supposed to be Kusanagi's evolution. This looks like a beatboxing scarab, but I also think I see Moses parting the Red Sea right in its chest. Right there, that's Moses. It's definitely Moses. I mean, it's okay. It actually looks like a combination of Ledian and Heracross with some snazzy new shoes. Actually, look at that shine. Those are some good shoes. This man just waxed his shoes. Good on him, at least knowing proper formal etiquette. Unfortunately, those shoes aren't gonna do much since it was cut from the game. But I'm sure it'll be able to get another job with its sleek look. Maybe Digimon is hiring. Number 7. This is actually a pretty humorous concept art for Girafarig, and really highlights how the creators were thinking when they created this Pokemon. This concept art shows Girafarig with 2 separate giraffe heads, both the same size. I'm sure they want to have another humorous Pokemon like Dodrio that had different personalities that interacted with one another on the Pokemon itself. But it then looks like they transitioned that idea into having a tail with its own personality, as it looked too similar to Doduo and Dodrio. Another fun fact is that this Pokemon could have been created like this originally because of Girafarig's name being a palindrome, meaning it's spelled the same backwards and forwards. I really like Girafarig, so it's nice to see they put a lot of thought into creating it, and I enjoy seeing its roots. Number 6. The early bird gets the worm, however the early bird's concept art gets thrown into the trash. Alright, let's just take a look at Torchic's early designs. Wow, those are some ears. Looks like they saved those for Baniri. But wait, there's more. Literally wait, he put on a lot of weight in this picture. I really like Torchic's current design, but man, it could have been a fat bird. This actually looks a lot like Volby, so they might have used chubby Torchic as inspiration for that. It also looks like it inspired Emboar and Pignite because they probably thought, hey, you know what would make a good Pokemon? Wait for it, an overweight animal. I mean, it's not the worst idea, but be careful not to pop it because it looks like a balloon. To be fair, it's actually pretty cute, and I wouldn't have been upset if any of these made the cut. I wonder, however, if they were actually planning on making Torchic look overweight so it could evolve into a super buff firefighting as a joke. That'd be pretty cool, actually. Number 5. Another beta starter for Gold and Silver was found, known as Hoppa, which is actually early concept art for Chikorita. It looks almost identical, aside from the lack of body, legs, and probably a respiratory system. It also kind of looks like a slug or larva, somewhat similar to Larvesta, but not really. It actually reminds me of a baby Digimon, like Gummymon or something, which is probably one of the reasons they changed it up. I decided to throw it on here because it's really cute, and it's funny to see how they progressed to the final design of Chikorita. If you remember Ash's Chikorita in the anime, you'll probably remember it crying a lot and wanting Ash's attention. You can really see that baby personality in both its current design and its original concept art. And it's nice to see the base thought process the designers had when they were originally creating Chikorita. Number 4. Let's go ahead and round off the Gold and Silver beta starter sprites with Honoguma. It looks like they had initially planned for Kurisu, Honoguma, and Hoppa to be the original starter trio. And man, that would have been an interesting trio. A fire bear, a water seal, and, well, still Chikorita, but in larva form. Honoguma is quite adorable, although it does look worried. Probably worried that it's gonna get scrapped as a design. Wait, that did happen. However, one of the reasons they might have thrown this one out is because it does look a little too similar to a fire version of Pikachu. And having a starter Pokemon that feels even a little bit like a clone might have been disappointing. I hope this Pokemon's design concept comes back. It is believed Honoguma's design was transformed into Teddiursa, as the Guma in its name translates to bear. However, since we now have Beartic and Pangoro, I'd love to see a new Fire Bear. Even though that would probably go terribly wrong because he'd set the entire forest on fire. Oh, Smokey the Bear, your own kind is betraying you. Number 3. You thought Quillfish couldn't look any sillier? Well, welcome to its original design, Buku. More like, boo-hoo, everyone forgets about me. Number 2. This is, by far, the most complete concept art for a rejected Pokemon. And it looks so good, I'm actually surprised it didn't make the cut. This Pokemon resembles a combination of Raikou and Suicune, and is drawn by the same person who designed the legendary beasts. See? I said beasts. Dogs! Sorry, some past trauma was stuck in my throat. It's really cool looking, and I feel they were going for a sort of thundercloud Pokemon, as it looks like it has 2 lightning rods on its back, and the purple design looks a bit like a bunch of clouds. I wonder if they were trying to make a water-electric legendary type before they decided on making a trio, and then split this design into 2 different beasts with Raikou and Suicune. Maybe Sun and Moon will introduce Pokemon fusions, and we'll be able to see this cool Pokemon in the games. Probably not, but who knows. Number 1. For number 1, I thought we'd look at an interesting Pokemon design for a turtle that got scrapped. It does, however, resemble Tortuga from Generation 5, but the really cool part about this is that it was a beta art from Generation 2. It just goes to show you how many different designs the Pokemon Company must go through when picking the final roster for a generation, and how many good concepts they must scrap because it might have a different feeling from what they initially have planned, or it doesn't fit the general theme of the game. I mean, the fact that this cool-looking turtle was kept in the dark until multiple generations later makes me wonder how many unused Pokemon concepts they have hidden away. The unnamed turtle himself, which we're gonna name Barry, also looks like it might have been a water grass type. I mean, just because it's green doesn't mean it automatically becomes grass. However, Barry's shell reminds me a lot of Grotle and Torterra, so it might have also inspired those designs. And it was originally conceptualized in the second generation, where things were kinda straightforward like that. I'd really love to transform into a garbage bin in the Game Freak offices just to see what kinds of different designs were scrapped before they were even shown. Except not really, because I don't want to be a garbage can. I didn't wake up one morning and go, yeah, you know what? Garbage can, that's a good idea. I really just want to see what the scrapped art is. Well, at least Barry can live on through its spiritual successor. Dream on, Barry. Dream on. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day, or a good night, or a good bagel, actually. Bagels. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and keep a little cream cheese so the next person can have a good bagel too. Or butter, or peanut butter. I guess some people use marmalade, I'm not really sure. Hope to see you all again, and until next time, keep on catching.